Hey everybody, welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and still like Jackson, and this one's going to be my little kitchen here. I'm sorry I'm running a day behind, but there's too much to do. This one's going to be easy. I saw someone used to do it real fancy, so we're going to try that, and let's just work it out together. Before we do that, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, ring the bell down in that corner to get notifications. We do these as close to Tuesday and Friday as we can. And then we got a link down the doobly-doo for our merch. We got like our aprons and pot holders and fake hands and spoons and spatulas and stuff. It's really cool. It's down there. We're a small business. We very much appreciate it. And let's just get into this. Yeah. Alright, nice and quick when it does take some prep work. You're going to need a package of bacon, which get the proper stuff that's not just the bits and pieces of what I normally get. And you're going to want a 5-pound bag of chicken drumsticks. This is usually like $3 to $4, right? Make sure they're all nice and thawed. Both of these, or it's going to be really hard. You're going to need some toothpicks or some skewers. I use skewers because they're easier to find and easier to use other than teeny tiny little toothpicks. So yeah, that's it. You can season it. I'm going to season the hell out of these. I got my garlic and rosemary stuff. I got my raspberry chipotle, which works out really well. I got this new babri spices, African spices that I want to try. So make sure that your chicken is nice and thawed, and then we're going to go put it out of the bag and rinse it. Just get all the blood off of it. We're going to work it. Now this is the part where you need a nice sharp knife. I saw that it was super fancy how to do this. I don't know what it does. You just kind of cut the skin around the bone, everything around the bone. The tendons take forever. You need a really sharp knife, and it still just needs to cut through there. I ended up using like my kitchen shears, which are just my scissors that I keep in the kitchen. I say that just to annoy my friend Fish. And then once you cut it, drag all the meat and bone down towards the top of the leg. I don't know why they say to do that. It exposes the bone. I don't know if it's easier to cook that way, or if it's fancier, it tastes like bacon to wrap it. I have no idea. But yeah, once you do that, get you one strip of bacon per chicken leg here. Get you a skewer or a toothpick glued up. Make sure it's all pulled down. Leave the skin on it, and then wrap the bacon around it. Right? It doesn't have to be super tight or anywhere weird. You want to kind of cover as much of it as you can, and then take that skewer or your toothpick and stab that end. Make sure it sticks to the chicken, whoop, and then either cut it off or break it off right there as close as possible, because you don't have to worry about all those sticks hanging around and getting burnt or whatever. And then there you go. You can just do it there with salt and pepper. Make sure that the skewer is still in there, but you can still pull it out, because you don't want to bite into one of these things and bite into a piece of wood, which is always horrible. Now season it here. Again, this is my babri stuff. Shout out to my friends who sent me this. Thank you very, very much for sending this to me. It's very good. It's an African spice, but you can spice it with anything. I'm going to use like 4 different ones. Get you one of these big pans like this, a big baking pan that you can. You can use a sheet, but it's going to oil, and the grease is going to go everywhere. Turn on your oven. Turn it to preheat while you're doing this to 400. Some people said 390, but I do 400. And that's just how I do it, okay? It's how I cook it. It takes a little longer, but whatever. So I got all these wrapped up. I got them all the different seasoning stuff here, so I'm going to show you here. Like, this is my babri. I'm pretty sure I'm spelling it, or pronouncing it wrong. It's African spice, whatever. This is my raspberry chipotle, which is really good. Found it at like Walmart. This one I got at roasted garlic and rosemary. This is garlic, rosemary, and sea salt on the end there. I got both of those at Ross, which is pretty good. We're going to make sure it's all preheated to 400. We're going to put it in for 20 minutes, check it, and then do another 20 minutes, okay? That's it. This is basically as checked as you can do it. I use a meat thermometer. I don't just go by my times. So I'm going to let it in here. This is after 20 minutes. It looks close. Some of it looks very raw. So we're going to get a meat thermometer and stick it in here. And you want it to get it to 160, 165 at an internal temperature, okay? So you stab it in here, get to the thick of the meat. You don't want to push it all the way through to where it's hitting the skillet or the hot oil at the bottom, because that can throw off your temperature there. But this one only got to about 120 or so, so these aren't ready, okay? So we're going to put it back in for another 20 minutes, and we'll go from there. Please be careful when handling this stuff. It's full of hot grease, and it's got hot chicken that can fall out. It's just crazy like that. So put it in for another 20 minutes. Looking a lot better. Sorry about the unfocused camera. This thing just fights me all the time. So I'm going to get my my thermometer. I think everybody else calls it a thermometer, but it's a thermometer. I'm going to put it in here, and once it blew right past the 160 on here. Checked a couple of the different pieces here in different places, but yeah, it's more than well done. This is amazing. You can season it with whatever, or just leave it there. Just bacon and chicken is a good flavor of its own. But I'm using that super broke chicken legs I got at the dollar store or whatever. So Season however you want to do. This works really good for food prep, especially if you don't want to take 1 or 2 pieces of meat, a couple of pieces of protein with you wherever you're going. You can reheat these later during the day. Now, I didn't do the cutting part on all of these, mostly just because I got impatient and was hungry. But it didn't really change the flavor or whatever. It gave you more of a handle. I guess if you're, again, handling it off to somebody who's smaller, that's the thing. But yeah, you got to try this one. And there you have it, man. Some super nice stuff. It's right at the edge of our budget because of the bacon and the chicken now too. So this is bare minimum, but this fits great with just about anything else. It's just some instant mash for like $1 or whatever, and this is good. It's always great for like the little people, especially if you're doing it at like the pool or something. Because kids, we like to grab stuff. We like pizza. We like chicken legs. Anything we can use our hands. It's the overuse of utensils and stuff and tools by the adults that are keeping us down, man, keeping us away from our food. Give us food we can eat with our hands, and this is what I'm talking about. If you like it, you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let me know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. I can be happy to revisit this. Got plenty of chicken stacked up, so let's get it done. You can also find us over on social media. Tell us how wrong I am over there on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, with all those at Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us on Instagram, Live Between. I had to shorten it down over there. You can find me, Osborne Nerdy, on all those, including Twitter, for now, and over on TikTok, where I'm doing some little nerd stuff over there. Mostly it's just talking about action figures and LARPing, but you gotta have your hobbies, right? I will see y'all next time, y'all. Please be safe, okay?